Hello everyone, this is Tallie Consulting Services and the right-hand persons. This is Thursday, November 29, 2018. We're here to talk about the lifestyle of a professional booster. Once again, the title is Lifestyle of a Professional Booster. Gotti Girl. Now, I put Gotti Girl, they can change to the unusual suspect. Now, if you've seen the movie, back in the day, The Unusual Suspects, it was a really good movie. Once again, the unusual suspect. You don't fit the particular profile. So right now, what I have right here is I have the DSM-5. Okay, everyone want to see the DSM-5? In the DSM-5, it has a very important word. It's called cognitive state. You're going to see that in the DSM-5 over and over again. Now, counselors, we have a word that's called maladaptive cognitions and a dysfunctional attitude. Does a client have maladaptive cognitions and a dysfunctional attitude? Your thought process most definitely can go negative, and your attitude can become dysfunctional. Counselors also talk about the word stress. You heard, the client is stressed. They're stressed. That's what your supervisor come in and tell you. The client is stressed. And you can become stressed. Now, stress is a little bit different. And, stress most definitely can cause you to have, cause mental, as another person, it can cause you to have some form of a negative cognitive response. It also can cause you to gain criminal thinking, most definitely become angry, sad, depressed, etc. Now we're going to look at the definition of cognitive state. Now this is online, and it's called memodex.com, and this is their definition. I like this definition, so I'm choosing this definition. Say the state of cognitive is the state of mind of someone's cognitive processes at a certain time, and it says the condition or character of a person's thoughts and feelings. Once again, the condition or character of a person's thoughts or feelings. Now, for the lifestyle of professional boosters, I got so far I got 5 characteristics. Let's get to it. Hold on just a second. I see I got my little laptop right here. Right here at the City of Dallas Public Library. Getting ready for something very important. So hold on, let's look at the characteristics. We're going to look at the characteristics. Sometimes we say the word criminal thinking. He has a thinking error. It can be substance-induced thinking error, or once again, most definitely, being stressed can cause you to have thinking errors. But I'm doing a little bit different, and once again, this is regarding the African American criminal culture. And my title is The Lifestyle of a Professional Booster. Now, these characteristics, if you understand addiction, if you ever worked with a client, you got a client sitting in front of you, you're trying to figure out the client, you want them to be successful in recovery. So, they're dealing with a lot of things. So, I have a client in front of me, I don't know if he's a narco, he might be a millionaire. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to look at the characteristics because, you're assessing, you're diagnosing a client, you're going to create a treatment plan for this client. But this is the way I want to take it right now, the educational way. So we're going to look at the characteristics that I have so far come up with. With Lord's blessing, maybe I can have a complete program and, have the probation departments and maybe half the treatment programs in this country can have a professional booster curriculum. So we're going to look at the city girl. The City Girl reports living in the city has its perks. Then we got Gotti Girl. Gotti Girl reports she's a woman with her own mind. The driver. The driver reports she just got to have it. She just got to have it. The Level Up Girl reports why you worried about me. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. The Level Up Girl reports why you worried about me. The Single Mother reports, she has another problem. And once again, I'm sticking with African American. I'm African American. I've been African American my whole life. So I'm sticking with the African American characteristics of a professional booster, a female hustler, female criminal, etc. Now I added a few more that I haven't really completed. I'm coming up with the Christian girl. I'm coming up with the country girl. And I have one phrase. She reports every person for themselves. If you heard that phrase, every man for themselves, every woman for themselves. So I really haven't gave the name for that. And at a later date, I hope to be able to explain these characteristics from a counselor perspective. You really have to be trained in addiction and crime. Got a little bit of theory of psychopathology and psychology. Need to understand the DSM-5. And you really need to understand how to assess and diagnose to understand the significance of these characteristics. Now, I really haven't honed them down at just the beginning. I really would love for this to be a documentary. Once again, a documentary regarding the professional booster lifestyle right here in Dallas, Texas. Now, the City Girl, that's sort of what my grandmother reported to me. She reported to me that living in the city has its perks. Now, she told me most definitely how she lived in the projects. She had to move around a lot. She living in the projects. She go back to school, becomes a seamstress. She started making clothes. She started making children pants, male and female pants. She started selling them in the projects. Now, she told me, I asked her, I said, Grandma, well, how many clothes did y'all have? Well, she said, when we had clothes, we had more than one outfit. We had clothes. She said, I had a different outfit for each day. I said, well, did y'all wear the same clothes over and over? No, she was born in 1921. She said, no. I said, well, where did you get your clothes from? We go to the store and get our clothes. I said, well, Grandmama, I need you to explain to me the differences. What's the difference? What she tells me is that, everything is pretty much the same. It just, technology, has enhanced. But, she mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and give one thing she mentioned to me. They had the stores, as I mentioned, if you looked at the brief article that I wrote when I put something together, and I mentioned, that Neiman Marcus was actually created right here in Dallas, Texas. And then we have Sanger Harris. Now, Sanger's was really created in Corsicana, Texas, but Sanger's moved to Dallas, Texas, and they called it Sanger. They merged and called it Sanger Harris. So we have two department stores. We already heard of the Sears catalog, but we also had a catalog right here in Dallas, Texas. But my grandmother did mention to me, we had HL and Green. That a lot of times, of course, they couldn't afford the clothes in the department stores. A lot of them, some of the clothes that they wanted. And, she became a seamstress. She was able to bring some of the materials that she had at her job, working. And, she started really, she made my prom dress. I remember her when I was younger making, wedding dresses and bridal dresses, etc. But we know times have changed. African Americans as a whole, are, creating clothing lines. But, that's the major. So we're going to try to work this to the city girl on up to what's really going on. So, I'm getting all of this negativity, I'm hearing people that I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. But to be honest, you don't even really know the goal that I have or what my really thought process is all about. So we're talking about the characteristics of a professional booster. I'm living in the city. I'm living in Dallas, Texas. We're trying to become industrialized. Dallas was really founded. I guess Texas as a whole was part of Mexico or part of the Spanish conquistadors. The Spanish brought cows, horses, etc. To Texas. Texas started ranching. Dallas has started a lot of things and haven't gotten credit for it. So pretty much, when I'm talking about the African American criminal culture, putting it in a documentary from a counselor perspective, an ex-criminal perspective, I think, once the process is over with, and God's willing, I'm blessed to actually put this into vision, you'll have a better understanding of what all this is all about. So once again, the lifestyle of a professional booster, Gotti Girl, or should I say the unusual suspect. Now I did give some crime statistics. Number one, professional boosting is the number one property crime in America. An article. Let me look at this article. Let's look at this article. Hold on just a second. I like to be factual. Got to give people the references. You want to give people the references. Now, from QZ.com, they're reporting that sophisticated shoplifting gangs are costing U.S. retailers $30 billion a year. Okay, this is so boosting out of retail stores is a $30 billion a year industry. Now, Dallas, Texas, is normally in the top category of, a professional boosting as far as, crime stats are in America. Now, this one is another one. This is from PriceGun.com. Number one, it says shoplifting is America's number one property crime in America. Now, let me click on this real quickly because this is just really a preview. This is nothing spectacular. So hold on just a second. Let me get this because I'm at the Dallas Public Library. I'm really supposed to be here doing something else. So I said, let me do a video. And I still want to update the other side of Iran-Contra for if the Jamaicans have Uzis, then they got them from Iran. Why am I still doing this? Because number one, it has nothing to do with New Orleans. And everyone is still on page 1. I have a lot of facts that I haven't even discussed. So, that's why you shouldn't get involved in anyone else, settle data unless you really actually know what's going on. But we know New Orleans is, had the Italian mafia, still do, in partnership with Dallas, Texas. So we most definitely is not going to diss New Orleans, and most definitely anything I do has nothing to do with any dissing. But what I want to look at in this article by Price.com is the cities. They have Atlanta, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, Phoenix, and San Francisco as the top countries that are involved in professional boosting. So, Dallas and Houston. And I know we contribute, Dallas boosters contribute to the boosting scene in Houston. Now, there's another article from lawenforcement.com, and it has Dallas, Texas as number 3, Houston, Texas as number 2, as having the highest shoplifting occurrences in America. So Texas is involved. Now, in another article, I most definitely forgot that. It could have been from Facebook.com. I apologize, but it has Austin, Texas, as a number 1 city in the country of having boosting issues. Now, Austin, Texas is coming along. Dallas, Texas is really like 300,000 individuals from being the 5th largest city in America. The 5th largest. We're right now 3rd in the state of Texas. So we have 3 cities in Texas that are in the top 10 largest cities, and we're in Houston and San Antonio. So San Antonio sort of done came up and passed us a little bit with the population. But we're the 9th largest city in America. Okay, and it has Texas as the 3rd most powerful state in America, behind New York and California. Okay, so we're the 3rd. It has Texas as the 3rd most powerful country in America. So once again, we're like 300,000 individuals from being the 5th largest city in the United States of America. Dallas, Texas alone, not DFW, but if you add up the land size of North Texas, that means Dallas-Fort Worth, we're most definitely in the top 5. Okay? So it's not like, oh, Dallas, Texas is, who are they? We're talking about professional boosting. And if you ever been in treatment and working with a client and you've done assessments, we already know what the occurrences are in the ASI, besides professional boosting. So that's pretty much what I want to go over today. That's it. Just giving you a little rough draft of the lifestyle of a professional booster and Gotti Girl. Thank you. Have a nice day.